Chapter 126 of Gachiakuta has to be one of my favorite chapters within the series. In this chapter, we see Follo finally go into his transformation as being maybe a giver, or, you know, he's at least holding a vital instrument. Which is it? Is he a giver, or is he just holding a vital instrument? I don't know. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is my Rudo here, and in today's video, I'm going to be discussing chapter 126 of Gachiakuta. And chapter 126, I gotta tell you, is peak fiction. I mean, this chapter not only showcases Follo's transformation, but it also showcases Kei Arana's ability to really show that she can make side characters just as interesting as her main characters. I mean, Follo has technically been one of the side characters throughout the entire series and hasn't had any significance or any pivotal role as opposed to the other main characters. However, slowly over time, we have seen Follo become more and more inclusive to the story of Gachiakuta, especially from the Shadow Broker arc. I mean, from the past few chapters, we saw that Follo and Rudo got into a really big argument into which it basically compromised the mission and almost ends up killing Follo in the process. However, you know, with this most recent chapter, it seems as though Follo is alive and kicking, so he's still good, but the previous chapter really just showcased on how Follo perceives himself. You know, it goes through his perspective on his emotions of what he feels like. You know, he's just basically, you know, he feels as though he's an average guy, has very little self-confidence within himself, and doesn't really seem that he has any sort of purpose within his life. He wants to be a part of the cool crowd. That's why he wanted to join the cleaners, to make a difference, to make an impact in someone's life, to not only, you know, make an impact in their life, but to also give his life purpose. And he, you know, that's where we see him let out all of his emotions against Rudo up until that point. And it's also really cool to see the contrast between Follo's awakening and Rudo's awakening. Rudo's awakening was essentially built off of rage. That's how he awoken his powers. When it comes down to Follo, on the other hand, seemed as though it was awoken from his feelings as well as desperation to cling to life. The only thing that remains in question is that, did Rudo actually give Follo his powers? I mean, it's just something to think about, because one of the panels within this chapter where Rudo has his glove, his watchman glove, and reaching out the hand to Follo, Kei Arana is really pointing this out as to maybe there is a possibility that Rudo is able to give people powers, make them become givers, but we don't really know this. So it really makes you question as to what other sort of abilities the Watchmen series has. We do know that Rudo, whatever he views as trash, he basically finds some sort of value into it in which he can make it a weapon. So in this case, it's probably not going to make much sense, but like I said, bear with me. Does Rudo deem, at the moment, Follo as trash just due to the emotions that the two of them feel? However, he still sees the value of what Follo could provide and also still sees him as a friend. So they're angry at each other. However, he still sees him as a friend in the end. So that is probably why, or that is probably how he ended up giving these powers to Follo. You know, just everything that was built up between the two, Follo's emotions, Rudo's emotions, it seemed to have sparked a connection into which, bam, you know, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Kei Arana, please elaborate, because we need more detail. Anyways, guys, that is pretty much my personal thoughts on the chapter. I mean, this chapter was just 10 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. Gachiakuta, you know, every chapter that comes out of this series is a banger. I'm really loving it so far, and, you know, I might go ahead and start reviewing more of Gachiakuta, because it is slowly becoming one of my favorite manga to read as of right now. So what are your personal thoughts, though, in the comments? Let me know what you guys thought about the chapter, as well as what your theories are, and if you agree or disagree with what I said, just let me know. maybe you can provide me a little bit more details and we can theorize together in the comments. And with that said, give the video a like if you enjoyed the video. Hit that red subscribe button down below if you want to stay updated to more content from me, as well as possibly seeing more Gachiakuta from me. Then hit that red subscribe button down below and you'll never miss a video from me. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope to see you all in the next one.